What's up, gentlemen? So there are certain times when you definitely want to be perceived as intimidating. Like when you're competing, whether or not it's something physical, whether or not it's professionally, if you are perceived as somebody who is intimidating, typically you are going to make other people lose confidence in themselves, their ability, and you ultimately will probably win. But socially, being perceived as an intimidating person is actually not super great because it's going to prevent people from wanting to talk to you, be your friend, or even potentially date you. And the crazy thing is that most of the time, we don't even realize that we're being perceived as intimidating. Guys, today I'm going over 10 reasons why you are more intimidating than you think. So if you're ready, gentlemen, why don't you drop me one of those because of how intimidating I want some of that. I'm kidding. I'm not intimidating anybody, or am I? Because that's kind of the funny thing. You may be surprised at some of the things that people actually perceive as intimidating. The first thing, I'm definitely not, which is tall. So if you are a tall man, this is unbelievably intimidating for dudes that are short, right? At least it is for me, and I'm gonna speak on behalf of most short men, right? Normally, I'm not insecure about my height, but when I meet somebody that's like really tall, like Eric Banholtz or Rhett from Rhett and Link, right? The first time I met these dudes, I was like, oh my God, I felt like insecure. And that's the whole thing about intimidation, right? It's about losing confidence when you're around somebody. You combine being tall with number two, which is a beard. I'm like literally like in the fetal position, like in the corner because of how damn intimidating you are. Guys, this brings us to beards. Beards are actually intimidating, and the bigger the beard, a lot of times the more intimidating that person actually looks, right? And there are a few reasons for this. Number one, if you're somebody who can't grow a beard or your beard is super patchy, generally speaking, when you see somebody with a big beard, you assume that they're judging you, or it makes you feel a little bit less manly. The other reality is that when you have a big giant beard, it's actually preventing people from seeing your face. A beard also makes you look stronger and more dominant, right? All these things are going to give the perception that you are more intimidating than you may actually be. You shave the beard and you're a freaking teddy bear. The third reason why you are probably more intimidating than you realize is that you work out and have a nice body, all right? Now, once again, this comes back to feeling insecure. A lot of guys that don't work out or don't have like a nice body, they look at people that do and they think that they're judging them. Unfortunately, they're not. And this is the other reason why a lot of guys fear actually going to the gym. It's the fear of the unknown, the fear of other people that do work out looking at you and judging you. Guys, this isn't the case. Dudes that work out are only worried about looking at themselves looking good. They're not worried about you and your dad bod, man boob, love handle wearing self. They're like, yo, whatever. And if you dress stylishly, oh my God, forget about it, because that's number four. Being dressed well makes other people who don't dress well or think they don't dress well incredibly insecure. All right, a few other things in terms of style that make people feel a little bit intimidated is the color black. Black is an incredibly dominant color. Something else that's intimidating is wearing badass shades, right? Because not only can somebody not see your eyes, it just makes you look like a badass. Toss on a badass black leather jacket and game over. Intimidation factor 1,000. Fact, people that are stylish, people that dress well have more opportunity both professionally and personally than dudes who don't. Not only do they look like $1 million, they also are perceived as a sex machine. Did somebody say sex machine? Which brings us to the fifth reason why you are more intimidating than you realize. You smell amazing. Let me explain. So when you smell amazing, you're wearing an incredible fragrance, guys. This is something that is incredibly intimidating to other dudes that aren't, or that are wearing the same old tired ass fragrance they've been wearing for years. Guys, if you're sick and tired of smelling average and you are ready to get a crazy amount of compliments because you smell so damn amazing, you gotta hit that link down below and check out Rebel. Pete & Pedro Rebel is next level in terms of an EDP fragrance that is guaranteed to get you a crazy amount of compliments. This stuff smells amazing. It is inspired by Creed's Aventus, all right? I got this fragrance a long time ago. I wore it, and automatically I started getting a ton of compliments. I felt more confident every time I squirted this on. The downside to this is that it cost $350. And so I went to my lab, and Rebel was born. Inspired, not cloned, not copied, inspired by Creed's Aventus. Guys, if you like this, you're gonna love this, because this is $350, and this is under $50. As I'm gonna link to Rebel down below, along with a limited time discount code. I'm also going to link to the newest addition to the Pete & Pedro fragrance family, which is Villain. It's so good. Inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. This stuff is masculine, manly, earthy, spicy, leathery. Gentlemen, you got to hit that link down below and check this one out. I'm telling you, read the reviews. It's not just my opinion. Everybody is freaking out over this fragrance. Guys, I'm going to link to all of the Pete and Pedro fragrances down below, along with that limited time discount code. And remember, we've got 2 additional fragrances that are ridiculous, Hero and King. But we also sell them in the deluxe sample sizes. So if you're not ready to pull the trigger on a big bottle, guys, you can grab them individually or as a set. What I personally would recommend, guys, is grab all 4 of the fragrances. If you buy them as a set, you're going to save some money, but with that discount code, it gets even better. This is an incredible way for under $200 to build a fragrance collection of fragrances that are guaranteed to get you compliments and intimidate the pants off those spicy senoritas. Hit the link down below. These fragrances are ridiculous. The 6th reason why you are more intimidating than you realize is that you don't freak out over pretty girls. High-value men don't lose their mind over pretty girls. Most spicy senoritas are conditioned to understand that dudes are dumb, right? When it comes to spicy senoritas, they're like, yo, I want to get some and I'm going to do whatever it takes in order to do that. But if they meet a guy who doesn't go crazy, who's like, yo, whatever, nice to meet you, Brenda, right? And not like, oh my God, Brenda, I want to take you out and let me hump your leg. Subconsciously and psychologically, automatically, she's like, wait a second. He's different. He must be special. He must have his own shit going on, which is a sexy, attractive quality, but it's definitely intimidating because I'm not up to his standards. Which brings us to the 7th reason why you're more intimidating than you realize. You are successful. So one of the biggest insecurities that a lot of men have is financial, right? We don't feel that we make enough money. We see other people looking successful, driving nice cars, wearing nice clothes, being with spicier senoritas. It makes us feel like we're not measuring up to our own potential and that somebody else has actually figured it out. Now, if you are very secure with who you are and where you are professionally and personally, you're not as worried or intimidated by people that are successful. But if you're not super centered and super well-grounded in terms of who you are as a person, where you are professionally and personally, when you are around people that are successful or do have a lot of money, generally speaking, it makes us feel intimidated and definitely insecure. The 8th reason why you're more intimidating than you realize, you stand up for what you believe in and don't kiss people's ass. If you're somebody that stands up for what you believe in and you're not there puckering up and kissing other people's asses, gentlemen, game over, you win. This is incredibly intimidating for most people because most people are sheep. We have become a world of pussies, but not you, which means you are a man that thinks for himself. And this is something that is incredibly intimidating in today's world. People are threatened by people that are smart and think for themselves. The next reason why you are more intimidating than you realize is that you're smart. You use your brain. You're intelligent. You think, gentlemen. This is something that for me, at least I'll speak for myself. When I'm around somebody that I know is like super intelligent, it makes me feel a little bit insecure because I'm not saying that I'm dumb, but when I'm around somebody who's super smart, I realize I'm not super smart. And I'm not like hating on myself. I am just aware that I don't have the highest IQ. I don't read a lot of books. I have life experience, but when I'm around somebody that is super educated or knows a lot of stuff about a lot of stuff, it makes me feel a little bit insecure. It also pushes me to want to get better and learn more stuff so I can be smart and intimidating like them. And last but certainly not least, the 10th reason why you are more intimidating than you realize is that handsome face of yours is a handsome ass face. So being crazy handsome, gentlemen, is something that I have never honestly have to deal with or worried about, right? I know that I'm not intimidating many people with my chiseled good looks and model-like aesthetic. That's just not the case. But if you are somebody that is incredibly handsome or super good looking, gentlemen, just know that other people are going to be intimidated by your looks. The other upside to being incredibly attractive is you're going to have more opportunities both personally and professionally than less attractive people. You're also not going to have to work as hard to get the job, get the girl. Is it fair? Nope, not fair, but it doesn't matter, right? Because you've got to use whatever you have to your advantage. It's an ultra competitive world out there. And if you've got something, an edge over somebody else, gentlemen, I say use it, exploit it as long as you're a good dude. But you're an Alpha M subscriber, so I'm assuming you're a good dude. I also am assuming that you are more intimidating than you realized.